welcome to Spike Island. It's an ex-prison here in Cork Harbour. It was a military fort as well, and now a tourist destination, and again a very good thing to see during the summer months if you have time for holidays in Cork.
Our mission, Spike Island. We're just approaching the Spike Island CORK Harbour. Here we are. Seems like a rough day today. To Spike Island. Sunshine. Here we go.
Okay, so a couple of things about the harbour to begin with. We're currently in Cork Harbour, the second largest national harbour in the world. The largest national harbour in the world is actually Sydney. Okay, so this here is the second largest national harbour in the world. It's about the same size as New York Harbour. Now we came directly across today. On your way back to the mainland later, you may well go around the naval base, and that's because there's a sandbar in the middle of the harbour, and when the tide is low, actually the boat can't go directly across. So on your way back later, if you're wondering why you're going around Haulbowline, that's probably to avoid the sandbank because the tide is low. And a lot of these petty criminals were sent here to Spike, okay? They were sent here, it was a huge convict prison. Now, it was also a convict depot, meaning that these people might have only spent 1.5 to 3 years here on the island before being transported abroad. So, there was a huge process of transportation to Australia of Irish convicts in the 1800s.
They have a cafe in Spike Island, but cannot have it inside obviously, but there's an outdoor, so that's okay. Whoa. A bit dark.
Will we go here?
Check here.
What the? Oh, look, list of convicts.
Stop.
Why?
Listen here. Ha, lock you in. It's convict.
The prisoners who tried to escape or misbehave in Spike Island were kept here with their hands above their heads onto the wall for 23.5 hours a day.
Whoa.
I saw a bed. Papa, I saw a bed.
It's like, guys. That's what the guy was saying, like, he's gone crazy.
It's gone crazy, yeah.
Look, there's beds. And look at that.
Look, the time. You should have to go.
Sorry.
Some mortar. So we have seen the where the guns are, artillery. So it was. What do you think about the guns and all in real life? Like we've seen tank. Yeah.
And the
So
military truck.
we
Here, did
are
you like
heading
that?
somewhere again.
You happy?
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
You happy to see that?
Yeah, the guns and all.
Okay, look at this.
Into thy hands, O Lord. Lord Jesus, receive my soul.
That's the same guy with this guy, no?
You, Dick Barrett, civilian of Bandon, County Cork, have been arrested by Crown Forces due to your suspected involvement in a rebel attack on His Majesty's forces in the area of Cross Parry, County Cork, on 19th of March 1921.
Started to trickle down off that roof. There's a couple of very stubborn young men refused to come down off that roof. Okay, they weren't coming down. So the prison service actually employed psychological warfare, you could say. They sent over to Cobh and they brought over these two young lads' mothers. Okay, they brought them down to the steps of Mitchell Hall, gave them a speakerphone, and whatever they said, it was certainly enough to give them that extra push down off that roof. So that the wrath of an Irish mother now is worse than any prison service. The Titanic never actually came in as far as Cobh. Okay, it anchored at the mouth of the harbour, which you see later on the tour, at the opposite side to Spike. It never came in this far, even though the film portrays that it did. But smaller vessels, in actuality, brought passengers out from Kennedy Pier, where ye boarded this morning, out to the Titanic at the opposite side of Spike, at the mouth of the harbour. So you see that later. It never came in this far. Did you know that?
Yeah. Boom. If someone is there.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, people will shoot through, and look at this tiny. Oh. Gonna go in there. Oh. So tiny. What? Small room. Okay. Going. Well, you can stand here. You have your artillery. Okay. Some different experience for us. We are so glad that we did not get detained.
In 1991, 2 inmates managed to make it across the cove when the tide was low. Okay, so as I said, there's only about 2 feet of water in the middle of the harbour at low tide. And when they arrived to Cobh, they actually went into a bar over there and started playing pool.
Bye, Spike Island. We are just coming off the ferry. It took us some time. The ferry had to go around because the tide was low at this stage. If you like what you've seen and you learned something from this video, consider subscribing and press that notification bell so that you won't miss any videos from us. Thank you very much for watching.
Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. Well done.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.